Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
The design of future San Francisco was a real challenge, and it was something that we heavily utilized our art department on.
Yannick Dessau was the art director, and I think he did a phenomenal job of designing a lot of building styles that I thought felt very they felt futuristic and very modern and contemporary, but also they seemed to sort of resonate with the city as it was today, you know. And it was an enormous undertaking to create all of the architecture, in the background and avoid that kind of Flintstones thing of the same building passing by. And, we wanted to make that feel incredibly dramatic and give the city a real personality, but also really make it feel as real as we could. I didn't want to create a future San Francisco that felt almost too conceptual. And we'll shoot in a Los Angeles street and then try and turn it into a future version of itself.
Because the city has gotten so large, you wouldn't really want to go down 80 stories in order to get out onto the street, go back into another building, and go up another 80 stories. So we thought we would have sky bridges to connect one building and one section of buildings to another. And they all have sort of access for flying vehicles, and that's one thing that would always change the city dramatically. Is if you have flying vehicles, you're going to need ways of entering buildings, you're going to need different pathways and different mechanisms for how the city functions.
The flying through San Francisco stuff, where they're fighting on top of the barge and the garbage truck, essentially is full 3D, no cheating at all, modeled, textured, everything in that environment.
One of the more challenging things that we had to do in tandem with the Enterprise being destroyed was the Vengeance also gets destroyed, but in a unique way in that it crashes into San Francisco. And when the dish crashes into the city, it had to do many types of shapes and bending and twisting, and there was a lot of really great simulation from our creature dev department of it actually bowing, and you can see the giant nacelle kind of like listing.
Karin Cooper and her Rigid Sim team took over as far as the buildings go, because those buildings are actual CG assets that had to smash apart.
The Vengeance crashes into the ground, we sim that, and that affects the buildings. So then we have some hero buildings that are set up that the eye gets automatically drawn to. So we sim those, and then there's all these little buildings that we have to sim. Then there's debris coming off the dish.
Flagship was a large sum of data. I think some of the files ended up being almost near 2 gigabytes, just the model alone, before we even got paint on it.